It is a fact mostly to be believed that not only rabbits contain a sort of magical grace nowhere else to be found, but most importantly that dresses from the 1860s were quite the romantic overload style of the century. Especially through my childhood obsession, Empress Elisabeth of Austria and Queen of Hungary, who happened to have lived exactly in that time frame in the 19th century, I could not express my excitement for this kind of dress style enough.
To be more exact, I would like to recreate this dress from the Met Gala collection. It's an 1860s day dress and I really love the shape of it, with the drooping shoulders and the wide skirts. So let's start. In terms of fabric, I have this rayon blend fabric which I got from a local fabric market in Darmstadt, and also this blue band with fringes which I got from an antique shop in the Netherlands. Since I couldn't find any interesting pattern that would match my project, I figured it might be the best to just drape the figure that I want on my dress form and go from there. I'm then tracing my pattern pieces onto some painter's paper, and then I can start making a mock-up first. For this mock-up, I am wearing my corset that I want to wear afterwards also, so that I can get a proper idea of the shape that I want to achieve. I'm also controlling my pattern style with an 1870s bodice pattern, which is rather similar but also has less of this drooping shoulder but more of a like normal natural shoulder seam. Also, I can always recommend testing out your mobility and movement in this mock-up so that you can have a nice idea of if anything is going to twitch or be bothersome in the actual bodice. I can then go ahead and finish and neaten up my pattern pieces before I get to cutting out the real thing. After cutting out the pattern, I can continue sewing together the pieces of the skirt and the bodice with my antique treadle machine from 1908 from the Singer Company. After pinking the edges of the bodice to make it somehow smooth but also not too bulky, finish off the edges on the inside, I could then continue by adding some boning channels using a herringbone stitch, which is by the way in Germany called Hexenstich, meaning witch's stitch. Just a little side fact for you to know. And then I could add some boning in order to get a little bit more structure and smoothness into the bodice. Here I only add some decoration to the sleeves and to the skirts, bodice also, but I didn't film that, so sorry for that, and finished the dress overall. By the way, I have the bodice and the skirt separately, so yeah. And also the skirt does contain some pockets. Bodice is holding onto the skirt with some hooks and eyes, which I have nicely hidden in my bodice and on the inside of my skirt. So yeah, that's nothing that you can actually see from the outside later. For the skirt decoration, I had in mind adding the fringes in a chevron shape. Opposed to what it's like in the original, I thought I had so much of this nice posament border with fringes in my stash, so I thought, why not use it in a way that would be historically available, like a very decent design choice for the time. So yeah, I just did that. And lastly, I'm whipping up some decorations, meaning I add a little lace collar on my bodice and also making fake sleeves that should mimic the ones that you actually can see on the real thing. I should also note that this fake sleeve is probably a part of the dress itself, but I wanted to make a detachable one that I can reuse for other projects later, especially because I really like this pagoda sleeve style. And after many months compressed into this video of sewing and pattern making and cutting out, I have finished the dress and I'm ready for a reveal.
Do I think this project turned out as I had hoped? Well, kind of, yes, but also I would widen the shoulders even more the next time and also try to wrestle my crinoline a little bit better in becoming more of an 1860s elliptical shape and not actually just get slimmer at the sides and only kind of wide at the front and at the back. And I might actually have to make another one yet, which is quite tedious, to say it in a nice way. And it's probably not my most favorite task in this world, but I don't know, maybe I can tweak the old one so that it won't be as narrow at the sides. But alas, I hope you have had fun with this video and maybe that I have might inspired you to try out new styles for your wardrobe or whatever costuming or sewing ambitions you have. Maybe you even will sew an 1860s dress yourself. That will be pretty cool. So let me know in the comments if you've had any plans for that, or if you haven't had made some. If you have any tips regarding that, I would love to know them. And I hope to see you very soon in the next video. Bye!